When I was 3 years old, the ground opened up and swallowed me. No, I wasn't named Damien, and I wasn't the devil's daughter, and I hadn't tempted the fate of the world with my existence. Well, I don't think. I guess that remains to be seen. Just so you stay calm, let me assure you that I was fine, mainly because such a freak event was met with equally freak events. I still don't remember much of it, and I've been assured that remembering what happened to you when you were a toddler is unusual, but the before and after, especially the after, is exceedingly vivid. I finally decided a couple of months ago that I was ready to explore my memories of that event in hopes of understanding better what happened between the before and the after, so I decided to use it somewhat loosely in my Answered Prophecy, the prequel to my Witch out of Time Mystery Thriller series. I'm wrapping up the book now and just put it on pre order, but I have to admit, exploring it through writing about it fictitiously has not helped me remember details, and maybe that's for the best. Maybe I know enough about what happened. You see, I was playing in my new sandbox, which was alongside a big wire fence about 20 feet from our farmhouse. Back in those days, it was perfectly acceptable to let your little kids play in their backyards without standing over them. We just added onto the house a huge kitchen and dining area, and the kitchen sink overlooked a large oak tree, the side yard, and my sandbox with its buckets and little shovel. My mom would let me play in the sandbox while she washed dishes because she could look upon from her housework and see me, or listen to me singing in the sandbox while she cleaned, so please don't think she was negligent, but she was definitely overprotective for her era. So there I was, building sandcastles in my wood frame sandbox. The ground didn't shake. Lightning didn't strike me. The next thing I remember was my mom telling me to keep my eyes closed so I didn't get mud in them. I managed to open one halfway, and I still recall the color, the pattern, the fabric of her blouse as she ran with me. I remember the beat of her heart under my ear, and I remember her screaming for help. 30 minutes later, you couldn't tell anything had ever happened. I'm told that I was howling, but I don't believe it. I remember it all very calmly, but I remember my mom not being calm at all. I remember her fear, not mine. I've never heard of such a thing as the ground actually opening up and swallowing someone, except maybe in a few horror novels. How does that happen without supernatural intervention? Well, in my case, one of the drainage pipes from the house to the fence and beyond went directly under my brand new sandbox. That pipe had burst and hollowed out the ground under where I was playing. It all happened super quickly, and as fate would have it, my mom was washing dishes at the kitchen sink and saw it happen. If there's such a thing as the law of attraction, she certainly brought her fears to life. Still, my own childhood memories fit the story I wanted to tell about Veronica, the chosen one, an old soul who, after being bound from reincarnating for 1,000 years, returns as a walk in to a small child and remembers both her entire past life as the Queen of Wolves and her future life as the leader of the same secret society who must usher the human race through the apocalypse. To me, the ground swallowing up people was the perfect way to hail the return of an ancient witch, for the Wolf Queen soul to unite with Veronica, complete with a little extra drama, lightning, wolf guardians, a secret priesthood, reincarnated enemies from the last millennium, a chase across time and space, and maybe just a tiny bit of a love story in there. But there's also a little bit of a love story in there for my mom. I didn't intend to base Maeve, Veronica's foster mother, on my own mom, but so much of her willingness to sacrifice for her child and our mother daughter bond was tied up in those memories of her pulling me from the mud and saving me from a bizarre situation that Answered Prophecy feels like a tribute to her.